Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all having a great day. Today I'll be reacting to another video by My Story Animated called I Was Born Without Bones. Now already this video is starting to throw me for a loop. I mean, look at the thumbnail. You clearly need bones in order to do archery the conventional way, let alone to be able to use it with your legs and feet. So yeah, something's a little weird here. So we'll figure out what's actually happening. So the link to the original video will be in the description below. Please like and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get watching this.
I was falling.
Wait, what? What's happening?
My throat. My life.
Hang on. Whoa. Yeah, see? The title already doesn't make sense.
Like, look, I can clearly see teeth. Teeth are classified as bones.
So yeah, MSA, you didn't even really try to make the title make sense. So what is really happening here? Why is she falling over like a road? What's happening here?
Before my eyes. You must be wondering how I got here.
Yes?
Trust me. I'm asking myself the same.
All right.
My name is Ivy. I'm from Maine.
Hello,
Like and
Ivy.
Subscribe for good luck. I was born to parents who owned a circus, and we loved everything about it. Daddy, I want to be in the circus too. Please. You will one day, and I know you'll be the star of the show. You really?
You gotta love it when parents, or when children aspire to be like their parents. And I haven't been to a circus in ages. I think honestly they're kind of going out of style these days. Especially at the beginning when they were like whipping the elephants.
I'm pretty sure that's heavily frowned upon now. I actually saw somewhere that some places they're actually using holograms of exotic animals instead of the real ones.
To like, stop with animal cruelty. But, good for Ivy.
You think so? Honey, we know so. Now it's time for your lesson. Take out your books. Let's see who wins today. Mom homeschooled me and my twin brother, and we'd often compete to see who got the best test score, which was me, of course. I was a bright kid, but my heart truly belonged to the circus. So when I turned 8 and Dad told me I could finally join him on the team, I was ecstatic.
Understandable.
But my excitement turned to shock when he said I'd have to be a clown.
That has to be like the worst. We have your heart set on something, and then you finally get permission, and then you turn out to be like a literal laughingstock.
So embarrassing.
Yeah, it
I wanna
is.
be a contortionist. I've been practicing.
Wow.
But we need a clown, and you'll be able to make everyone laugh. You'll do great, honey. Trust me. I decided to give it a shot, and it wasn't so bad. But then I put my own spin to it. I did a backflip, landing in a perfect contortionist
That's impressive.
pose. After that day, being a contortionist clown became my thing.
Alright, now the title is kind of making sense. So she's pretty much gonna be a contortionist, or she has the skills to be one. So yeah, I mean, it does seem like contortionists don't have bones with how crazy flexible they are. So MSA, I'll give you a point.
And I became the circus's star performer. Life
Cool.
was perfect, but then I turned 15 and everything changed.
What happened?
I was performing on stage one day when the whole area burst into flames.
Oh no,
People
whoa.
running, things falling. It was bad. Just as I was running away from the burning tent, I heard a woman scream. So I ran back to help her and
Good for you.
stumbled out, gasping for air. I so wanna thank me? It's no problem. I'm happy you're safe. Huh? I wanna sue this circus. I'll make
What?
sure you never get to perform again.
Are you serious, lady? Have you never heard of the term accident? Ivy just saved you from being, cooked like a freaking rotisserie chicken, and you want to sue?
I swear, I don't understand how people can, lack gratitude. I mean, she literally saved you. You could at least be nice.
You have no safety measures at all. The woman was true to her word, and my parents ended up
Oh,
losing
no.
the lawsuit. They had to work and didn't have time to homeschool us anymore. When I stepped foot in school for the first time, I instantly knew I was a misfit. People stared at me for the way I dressed, and in class, they were blown away by how intelligent I was. Years of being in competition with my brother in studies had paid off. The answer can be found using a Diophantine equation.
A
sometimes
what?
known as the sum of cubes problem. Actually, it's Eastern Antarctica that's the coldest, not the whole of Antarctica. Every time the teacher would say I was right, the kids would have a problem with it. But
Jealousy is an ugly thing, and it's nice to see that, Ivy was aware of the fact that she's kind of a misfit, but it's nice that she somewhat has made at least a positive impression on her teachers. It seems like her classmates feel a little iffy towards her, but good for blowing away expectations. Because let's be honest, if you saw someone walking in who was dressed like a clown, you probably wouldn't have a very high opinion of them at first. So good for Ivy.
I didn't care. I was having too much fun studying.
Good for
I
you.
became the top student in no time. Life was fine, except Mom and Dad were always short on cash.
Oh,
So
yeah.
during the 11th grade summer break, my brother and I picked up part-time jobs at the hotel. With our first salaries, we took Mom and Dad to a carnival, and I could see how much they missed their old life. I wish I could
Aw.
find a way to bring my parents' circus back. I was in luck because the very next day, I saw a poster in the hotel lobby asking for auditions for a talent competition.
Main attraction.
But seeing me in my barista uniform at the auditions, I could tell that the judges weren't
Simon
impressed.
Scowl.
These auditions are for the greatest talent, not someone who can make coffee the fastest.
Rude.
Please don't waste our... Before he could finish, I did a killer backflip and a split that made them stand up in their seats. And just like that, I was in.
Good for you, Ivy. Good for you. I think we all need moments like that where we can just blow away people's expectations. I mean, you just honestly shouldn't judge anyone based on like what they're wearing when they meet you.
I mean, shame on Mr. Scowl for just like saying, oh yeah, you're just a barista, you can't be here.
No, put him in his place.
Ran outside excitedly to tell my brother when I saw a guy holding him by the collar.
What's going
Who's
on?
gonna pay for this scratch? Oh, that's right. You don't have the money. I'm gonna ruin you. He was about to punch my brother when I stepped in between and pushed the jerk hard.
Good.
Let my brother go, you moron. Sorry to scratch your precious little junk, but I'm sure you can afford to get that fixed. Feisty, are we? Do you have any idea who I am? Does it look like I care? Now, do as I say, or I'll call the cops.
Good for Ivy. We always gotta try to find people who stand up for family. So, yeah, you shouldn't like take that nonsense from anybody. If someone's bullying your brother, your sister, your friend, whatever, stand up to them.
Oh, I'm shaking in my boots. I mean it. Let him go. I stared right into his eyes as the guy smirked before letting my brother go. I guess he was powerful because that evening, both me and my brother got fired.
Are you
I was
serious?
sad, but soon, the
Alright, that's gotta suck. I mean, she was doing the right thing defending her brother, and they both ended up losing their jobs. That's gotta be the worst. Don't you hate when things work out like that? I mean, you do what you know is morally correct, and yet there's still negative repercussions for it.
summer break was over and we were back in school. But something had changed. It
What?
was like people had started hating me more than before. What had I done to grind their gears now? I found out soon enough that one of the girls in my class showed me a video of me pushing that rich guy outside the hotel. How could you be dumb enough to push Tristan?
Who?
Yeah, he deserved it. And what's the big deal about him anyway? Don't you use social media? Not really. I like to read books instead. It teaches you a lot, like minding your own business and learning some manners.
Yeah, that's a good point, Ivy. I think even though I think social media is like a powerful tool and can help us be more interconnected,
It can also lead us to thinking in a really stupid way and lack critical thinking skills. Like, some people will just believe the most ridiculous, nonsensical stuff you can find online.
so good for Ivy for actually expanding her mind a bit.
Now, if you can step aside, I have a class to get to. The rest of the day, I ignored all the angry stares. Later, I found out that he was some kind of social media influencer with over 10 million followers.
Impressive.
Good for him. I thought this whole video thing would die down in a few days, but to my horror, it was worse than I could imagine.
Really?
I was a public figure now, with all eyes on me, especially because Tristan followed me everywhere. I picked up a new job at a cafe nearby, and Tristan would drop in
Oh,
every
no.
day. I'd had it with his
This is the worst. When you have someone who is kind of responsible for people hating you, and this person is following you, this has just got to be so stressful. I'm like, but what can you really do in this situation? If he has like 10 million followers, people are probably going to support him a lot more than however they'd support Ivy. So, yeah, this is going to be problematic, I can tell.
stupid face. So I decided to teach him a lesson and poured a bottle full of salt in his food. His face went red as
Are
he
you-
took one bite.
Oh,
Do you like
man.
it, sir? Anything to go with it? Like water or maybe some more salt? This is perfect.
Really, how oblivious does Tristan gotta be to not notice the giant pile of salt on top of his food? I mean, that's blatantly obvious.
Can you tell me who the chef is? I'd love to kiss their hands. She's busy. Anyway, if you're done for the day, kindly leave. You're catching too much attention and it's a little annoying. I'm
You
guessing
tell
you're
'em.
talking about all those ladies by the window. I can tell them to leave if you agree to go out on a date with me. Are
you
you
s-
bored
what?
or simply crazy?
Tristan, my guy, do you really think that she would just randomly agree to go on a date with you after you harassed her brother and also got her and her brother fired. You really think she's gonna do that?
What makes you think I'll ever go on a date with a moron like you?
Exactly.
Ouch. That hurt, but I deserve it.
Yes, you
I was
do.
a jerk. It's just that I had a big argument with my mom, and I took all the anger out on you, which was totally not cool. Yeah, it wasn't. And you're really not helping your case by stalking me.
Yep.
I know, but I can't get you off my mind after I saw how you stood up for your brother. That takes courage.
Well, at least he's nice enough to apologize. And, he does have a good point. It does take courage to stand up for your loved ones.
So, points for Tristan for not being a total jerkwad, but we'll see what his true colors are probably soon enough.
All I'm asking for is one chance. If you feel like you don't want to see me after that, I won't bother you again. Tristan,
Sounds like a pretty
I
good
don't
deal.
care.
Oh!
Just leave. But the guy just didn't back down. He'd show up every day at my workplace to ask me out, and every day, I refused. And one evening, after my shift ended, I found him outside my workplace with my brother.
What?
Later, he told me how Tristan was there to apologize, and even offered to get him his job back. That was kind of nice of him.
I gotta admire Tristan, but at least for being persistent. I mean, I know there's a fine line between being persistent when you're trying to get someone's attention and being like borderline stalker or obsessive. I know that could be a gray area, but at least he seems somewhat respectful. And the fact that he tried to settle things with Ivy's brother shows that maybe he's not a totally bad guy.
I guess he wasn't all that bad. So when he asked me out again, I decided to give it a shot.
Cool.
I was expecting him to show off and take me to some fancy restaurant in the city, but instead, he took me to my favorite taco place.
All right.
Wow, you're cheap for someone so rich, and you're too pretty for someone that tough. Anyway, what were you doing at the hotel that day? When you hit my brother, you won't let that go, will you? I was there for an audition.
Audition?
For the competition? I'm in it too. I didn't know making good coffee was also counted as a talent.
Dude, are you related to Simon Scowl? That just sounds like pretty much like what that judge said like a few minutes ago.
So she's probably gonna blow his mind or come with some snappy retort.
Aha, very funny. Just then, I showed
Oh,
Tristan
yeah?
a few
Wow.
basic contortion moves, and he was blown. Then he showed me his awesome tricks with cards.
Ah, cool,
and
card
I was
tricks.
really impressed.
Classic.
Wow, how did you do that? That's amazing. I wish my family would feel the same. They think I'll end up making a fool of myself on the show.
Oh.
When we
That's gotta be really tough. When you have like a passion for something and your family doesn't support you or they think that you'll make an idiot of yourself, that's just gotta be really rough. If your kid is good at something, let them follow their passion. Let them be happy. And that's pretty much your job as a parent, to support your kids, regardless of what their interests are.
do things that give us joy, it doesn't really matter what people think.
Exactly.
Tristan and I went on multiple dates after that, and soon he asked me out officially. My brother was happy, but the girls at school just weren't digging it. I didn't care. With Tristan by my side, I felt like a whole new person.
That's nice.
So much gentler and calmer than when I first met him, and it made me super happy.
Get you a partner like Tristan. If anyone out there is trying to find a significant other, that should be one of the most important traits. You have to make sure someone makes you feel calm and that you trust them and they're just generally nice to be around. So it seems like Tristan so far is checking all these boxes. So hopefully things will turn out well, but we still have a few minutes, so who knows what'll happen.
And then one day on his birthday, he invited me to his home for a party.
Okay.
I had just stepped 1 foot inside when suddenly my whole
What?
world came
What happened?
crashing down. Ivy, that's my
Oh
mom.
crap,
Mom,
wait.
that's the clown?
Ah crap, that's the woman from the beginning. That's the woman who sued them.
Oh, no. This this whole relationship now is pretty much almost guaranteed to implode.
Man, I can't imagine, you're with someone you really like, then all of a sudden you figure out that a family member of theirs is responsible for why your family is suffering so much. Ivy, I just can't imagine what she's going through.
What is this circus freak doing here?
Rude.
You said you were bringing your girlfriend home.
Ooh.
If you think I'm a freak, you should see yourself in the mirror.
Oh,
Guys, what's going
good
on?
one.
You know each other? Your mom is the reason my family is struggling.
Exactly.
She sued my parents and bled us dry. I hate her. And I would do it all over again in the blink of an eye if I saw you around my son.
I swear, lady, what is your deal? That was an accident, and I don't know how long it's been, like at least close to several months ago, a year ago. Still, it was an accident. You didn't even get hurt. So, why are you freaking out so much?
You think I'm the same stupid girl who saved you that day? If you come close to my family, I'll be your worst nightmare. I
Oh,
wanted to say more, but I was too shocked and upset, so I just turned around and left. Tristan tried his best to reach out to me, but I just didn't want to talk to him. If he was her son, then there was no chance of us ever being together.
man, that's understandable, Ivy, but you can't always just assume that. I mean, it's kind of reasonable, but still, just because her mom's a total jerk who hurt your family, that doesn't mean that a relationship between you two can't work. Don't give up on Tristan. He seems like a nice guy.
Soon, it was time for the competition, so I forgot about my issues and started practicing. The competition lasted for days,
Wow.
and I was able to reach the finals.
Cool.
People rooted for me, and I was confident I'd win it too. But on the last day, I twisted my ankle and lost to
no.
a really amazing musician. I was devastated and locked myself up at home.
The sign is funny for one thing. No humans beyond this point. Interesting. But also, that has to be really, really devastating. Like she said, she was devastated. But I can't imagine going through all that work and trying so hard just to essentially lose because of a fluke.
I just didn't have the strength to talk to anyone.
Aw.
Then one day, Mom and Dad sat down next to me. A dumb competition can't dampen your spirits, Ivy.
True.
I'm too good for that. But I wanted the money. I needed it to get the circus back. I know you guys miss it. I just wanted to make you happy. That's not.
Yeah, that's really nice. That's very nice of Ivy to think of her family. If you have kids, I hope you have a child like Ivy.
Who cares about you and cares about your happiness.
You know the stereotypes of kids of like the recent generations, like the millennials, the Zers, the alphas. The stereotype is that they're like all self-entitled and rude and only care about themselves. But that really isn't true.
Your job. And we're happy as long as you are. Now come on. We need you to get out of the house. How about some ice cream? Or a trip to the petting zoo? Anything you say.
Aw.
After
We all need parents like these two. Like anyone out there who has really good relationships with your parents, always make sure you cherish that.
Because, it's not going to last forever, and some people don't have the luxury of having really strong bonds with their parents.
Some folks don't even have the luxury of having parents, unfortunately.
talking to Mom and Dad, I felt a lot better.
Good.
But there was something that still troubled me a lot. Tristan and his mom. I had been ignoring them for the past few weeks, but he was back to being his stalker self, and it was
Man.
super annoying.
Alright, well, calling him a stalker, a tiny bit rude, but understandable. But so imagine if you were that, desperate, so determined to try to get back in contact with your significant other that you actually had to, hang out with goats for God only knows how long to get their attention.
Then one day at home, I was busy watching an MSA video when my
Of
dad
course you
told
were.
me I had a friend waiting for me downstairs. And of course, it was Tristan. What do you want? I know you don't want to see me, but Ivy, you have to know this. My stepmom, hold on, stepmom? Yeah, Mom left us when I was a baby and Dad married her so I would never miss Mom. So did that help? What? No, you're missing the point. After you left, I did a little digging and realized that your parents aren't the only one Mom has wrongfully sued. She does
Wait,
it
hold on.
often to scam people for money. Tristan went.
This is a whole lot of information to take in. Alright, so one thing, they're not related, so that's good. So hopefully her awful personality hasn't influenced him. But so she willfully sues people for fraudulent reasons to get money.
That is like top tier, scummy, legal behavior. It's technically illegal behavior, but you know what I mean. Using the law and the legal system to get money when you don't deserve it.
That's just horrible. I mean, and look what it's done. It's putting their family circus out of business, and God only knows how many other families she's destroyed. This woman deserves to go to prison, immediately.
On to explain how his stepmom was a lawyer and sued people for damages they couldn't afford. Once you get stuck in the whole thing, she makes sure that she gets the most money out of you by creating fake issues, like the fire at your circus. She started that.
Whoa, whoa,
How do you know
whoa.
She started the fire, and
Wait, so it wasn't bad enough that it was suing for wrong reasons, she was suing them because of a problem she caused?
Dude, how twisted do you have to be to intentionally destroy someone else's livelihood just so you can get money?
Why are you telling me this? I heard her talking to her assistant yesterday. I guess when she saw you, she felt threatened and started planning another lawsuit so you wouldn't get in her
Seriously?
way. I don't know what to say. Even if what you're saying is true, how will anyone believe us without proper evidence? I'm her son, so if I give a statement, maybe the police can start an investigation?
Alright, this woman is officially scummy. She already messed with this family once. Now she's gonna make another lawsuit? But at least Tristan seems to have a good head on his shoulders, and at least he's doing the right thing. Because I think it could probably be pretty difficult to stand up against family members, so at least he seems to be doing the right thing.
It'll be worth a shot. Tristan was right. I had to try something to make his stepmom pay, so I went with him and filed an official complaint.
Okay.
It took some weeks, but finally the police were able to gather
That's a
all
lot
the
of evidence
against Tristan's stepmom. They froze her account, but before they could arrest her, she simply vanished.
Oh
My
no.
parents won huge compensation from the court and used that to build the circus.
Alright, well the last part is nice. They managed to get the circus back together and get all their workers and stuff back.
But it sucks the fact that she just disappeared off the face of the earth. She just pulled a freaking Carmen Sandiego on us.
So, this is gonna be interesting. I hope they find her before the end of the video. So, because, she needs to face justice big time.
I was so happy, and I only had Tristan to thank for everything. I always liked him, but this only made me fall for him more.
Oh, that's
We're
nice.
walking over the bridge one day, when suddenly Tristan turned to face me. Ivy, I love you. I'm sorry, I tried to let you go, but I can't. I wanted to tell you, but before I could complete my sentence, someone pulled me hard.
Wait,
Tristan's
wait.
stepmom. You witch. You ruined everything I had built.
Oh, wait,
You
hang on.
petty.
This explains the beginning of the video. Ah, right there on a bridge. There's probably gonna be a confrontation. This is how it happens. Oh, jeez, this could be potentially dangerous.
For this. Saying that, the woman pushed me. As I backed
Oh,
up,
yeah, here
I
we
tripped
go.
and ended up falling.
Somebody do
Okay,
something.
Here we are, right where we started. I thought I was done for, but Tristan grabbed my arm and pulled me right back
Good.
up. Are you crazy? She could have gotten hurt. Oh, yeah, whatever. She's fine, right?
Yeah, whatever. You potentially could have just not only hurt, but potentially, killed another human being, and you're like, psh, whatever. Okay, not only is this woman greedy, I swear she's like a sociopath.
Lady, you need serious help.
And that was a mistake, was it? I can imagine you being a witch to everyone, but this is unacceptable.
You tell her.
Leave, or I'll have you arrested. Dad knows what you've been up to. Oh, come on. I'm your mom, Tristan. You can't
No,
turn
you're
me.
not.
Now be a doll and give me some money. What? You won't get anything from me, okay?
Alright, gotta say, I appreciate Tristan really standing up to his stepmom right here. Because, it sometimes be difficult to do that.
But also, who uses the phrase be a doll anymore?
I mean, does anyone who's watching this, does anyone even use that expression? Kinda weird.
You brat. I will. Just stop it, okay? Haven't you done enough? The least you can do is save your face and leave.
Yeah.
His mom left, and we never saw her again. My parents' circus is now bigger and better than ever.
Whoa, wait.
That was supposed to be
Alright, well this is interesting. I honestly didn't know that they still did the whole bearded lady thing at circuses. It was like, at least in the MSA verse. Is this a real thing? Do bearded ladies still exist in circuses this day and age? And if anyone has been to a circus recently and saw a bearded lady, let me know in the comments.
better than ever. I was supposed to be the star of the show, but a magician with incredible card tricks has stolen the spotlight. And my heart.
Oh, that's sweet. Alright guys, that was another excellent video by MSA. If you guys would like me to react to any more MSA videos, let me know in the comments below. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.